Hi there, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. My name is Melissa Miller. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California. And before we get started on our card today, I wanted to discuss a couple things real quick. Our July through December mini catalog is retiring soon. This catalog is good until July 4th. So if there is anything in there that you had your eye on, you might want to get it now. And then also we have our new mini catalog starting January 5th. And this is going until May 1st, I believe. Yes, this will be good until May 1st. And I cannot show you the inside yet, but we will be using a set out of here to make our card today. And along with the new mini catalog, we are starting a celebration. So for every $50 or $100 that you spend, you can choose a free item out of there. And today, our card that we are going to make is using the Dainty Delight set. And actually, we'll be making two. I have chosen the purple, and we will be doing a blue also. But I just love these. You know, Christmas is over now. My birthday was a few weeks ago, and I need some thank you cards. So I thought that's what we would do. These have a very spring feeling to them. I know a lot of people have been experiencing very cold temperatures, but I love the thank you for your kindness sentiment. And with that, there is a die set. So if you purchase the bundle, you also get these dies. And there are so many in here. There are 16 dies in there. We'll be using this one. And a lot of floral images. Here's the leaf kind of arch. And then some sprays and just beautiful die set there. We will also be using our Timeworn 3D embossing folder. I use this one quite a bit. So let's go ahead and get started. I think what we need to do first is we need to emboss our paper here. And what I like to do is I like to just spritz the back. I just take plain water. I am going to spritz that off camera just so I don't get my work surface wet. And then I just line it up. I just take my paper and I line it up on the line that is on the embossing folder right there. That way I know it's in there nice and straight, and then I'll just run that through my stamp or my cut and emboss machine, just like that. But just to save a little bit of time, I've already got two that I embossed earlier, and these are cut to 4 and 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and put those aside. And what we are going to do first is stamp our images. I've got my, let me get these blends out of there. I've got my Stamparatus all set up here. And like I said, we're doing two cards. So I've got my piece of paper. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm just going to set that in there. Wait, I think I need to turn it this way. There we go. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we will be using our Memento Tuxedo Black because we are coloring with our alcohol markers. So we're just going to go ahead and do two of these here. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas. Ours was nice and quiet, which is what we prefer. It was just the two of us, my husband and myself, and I just made dinner and we just kind of hung out. You know, it's always nice to have a nice, quiet holiday. I hope everyone else had a beautiful Christmas, and we've got New Year's coming up. I know we're not going to be doing much. I'm not sure what everybody else likes to do. Do you have traditions? Do you have a specific group of friends that you like to hang out with? I think we'll just have a nice quiet holiday. So I'm going to go ahead and get these stamped. And I love this set. It is really springy. And I needed a couple thank you cards for Christmas. And my birthday was a few weeks ago. And I wanted to send out a couple thank yous. All right, there we go. That's all stamped nice and pretty. So now we will go ahead and color. But first, you know what? Let me wipe that off. I have my Stampin' Mist, and I'm just going to squirt that on my rag here and just wipe that off. Get that nice and clean before I put it away. All right, let's go ahead and color. So the colors I've selected today, I've got dark Mossy Meadow and dark Old Olive for my leaves. And I think we'll do our blue first. So I've got light Tahitian Tide and light Night of Navy. So this is pretty simple coloring. The images are rather small. So what I did on some of them, you'll see, I'm just going to kind of put little dots. I'm not really coloring because the alcohol ink does spread. So I'm just going to put little dots to fill in those leaves. And I'm kind of doing my larger leaves in the Mossy Meadow. And then my smaller leaves, I am going to go ahead and do in the Old Olive. And I just wanted to remind everybody, if you have not already watched my previous video, the Always in My Heart video, please go over and watch that. It is a Valentine card, and I used a retired set, but I am giving that set away. So if you watch that video and then comment in the video, you can be entered into my drawing that I will do on January 15th. And you can win that set. So that's always fun if you don't have it yet. So you can see I'm just kind of dotting everything because they are smaller images and I don't want to go out of the line. Of course, it's not going to be perfect because it is handmade, but I do like to color inside the lines if I can. And then if we do happen to make a mistake, you can always use your colorless blender to kind of push that ink back. I know I've shown before how to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I think I'm just going to go ahead and color. I will fast forward this, and you can see how quickly it does come together. Color and come together. Okay, so that was very simple coloring. It looks like I forgot one of my little blue flowers over here. So let's get that colored in real quick. And I will have all the items used and the colors and everything linked in the description below, except for this stamp set. I can't link it yet because it is not live, but I will as soon as I'm allowed to. So for my blue, I used light Night of Navy and light Tahitian Tide. And then for my purple flower, I used dark Highland Heather and light Highland Heather. And I just love how those came out. So now let's go ahead and we're going to cut these because we are going to die cut it out. And what's really nice is all of these dies actually fit into the mini cut and emboss machine. And we are going to use the brand new Boho Blue machine. Now they're giving us a sneak peek of the 2023 through 2025 in colors. And you can get this machine with your starter kit if you join Stampin' Up! During Celebration. If you have any questions about that, or if you've ever thought about being a demonstrator, please just send me an email to handmadehugsbymelissa@gmail.com, and I can get you some information on that. And these dies line up really, really well. I might have to get my head in there just a little bit so I can make sure that it's lined up, but they do line up nicely. I think we're good there. And we're just going to put a couple pieces of tape there so it stays in place. And then we can run it through our machine. And like I said, all of the dies in this set do fit in the mini cut and emboss machine. So here's one. And we're just going to get that off of there. Save the tape because we can reuse it. And we will reuse it on our next one. And they come out nice out of here. And they just pop right out, just like that. So there's one of our images all die cut. And let's do our next one. So does anybody make New Year's resolutions? Please leave me a comment and let me know. I do not make New Year's resolutions because in my mind, if I am going to do something or change something, I'm just going to do it. I don't need New Year's to tell me it's okay to start it or start it on this date. No, I'm just going to do it. So I do not make New Year's resolutions, but I know a lot of people do. And they're good with that. I just feel I'm going to do it now. I'm not going to wait. Okay, so now we'll run our second one through, and I'm hoping not to shake the table too much. And then we can put this away. So while you're at it, please like this video and leave me a comment. That helps my videos get seen on YouTube. And I appreciate it. The more comments and the more likes and the more subscribers you have, the better. So I am always hoping for that. There we go. And then we can pop this one right out. And that just cuts beautifully. Perfect. Okay, so what I also did was I've been stacking my dies lately. For dies like this, I prefer to stack them instead of using dimensionals. So I went ahead and I cut 3 out of our basic white using this die, and I stacked them. So I've got those 3 and then 3 here, and then I just glued them together. So we will go ahead and we will add these to our floral image. And here I am just going to use my little glue bottle. I love these bottles. Like I said before, I got these from Michael's. And I got 4 in a pack, and they are just perfect. I just squirt my Tombow glue in there, and you can get in all these little tiny areas, just like that. And then we'll place that on top. Just make sure it's nice and even on there. Just like that. And then we can put a dot or a block on top of that while we do our next one. These come together really quick. The coloring did take a little bit of time because they were smaller images, and I just wanted to make sure I did a good job, but it was really simple coloring. All right, there we go. Just like that. And just kind of move them. You can get them stacked nicely. Perfect. And we will put that one under there also. The only thing is, remember to put your cap back on there. Otherwise, it may dry up. Okay, so we've got our embossed images here, and we just want to make sure we turn them the correct way. And I've got my card bases. Both my card bases are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And again, this piece here that we embossed is 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and get these attached to our card base. Okay, so our die cut pieces here should be adhered and they're nice and dry. Let me get that out of the way. And we will go ahead and attach these. And I stamped my sentiment, and we will be using dimensionals on these. I used the thank you for your kindness, but you could use any of these sentiments. I mean, you could use the celebrate you for a birthday card. You could even send these as sympathy cards if you wanted to, with a nice sympathy sentiment. But I just love how clean these cards look. So let's get some dimensionals on the back of our sentiment. And I did that just to save a little bit of time. And you only need to put it on the edges because it is going to rest over our flowers. So let's get those glued on there. We're just going to do the same thing here. And this one seems to have clogged up. I will get that unclogged later. We'll use this one. It must have left the cover off of that one too long. That will happen if you leave the cover off. They will get a little clogged, but just take like a pin from your sewing kit and you can get that unclogged. All right, let's place this one on there. Try and center it. I think right there should be good. And then we can place our block on there while we do the other one. Just get that all covered on the back of there. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment. I read all of the comments. If you ask me a question in the comments, I will reply to your question. But if you just leave a nice comment and it does not require a reply, I will just give you a little heart. But please know I do read all the comments and I truly appreciate them. All right, let's put that one there. And now we can switch our block over here. And then let's add this sentiment. And we're just going to try and center that. I think that looks pretty good. Just like that. There we go. I love these. They are so clean and simple. Really pretty. And we'll add our other sentiment down here. I think that's centered. And then for my embellishments, we are going to bring in our brushed brass butterflies. I have been using these so much. I've been putting them on a lot of cards. Oh, but we got to put that cover back on there. So we'll put a few butterflies on here and then we will be done. I hope everyone has a very safe and happy New Year's Eve. like I said, I think we're just going to hang out at home. We are usually asleep before New Year's, which is okay, you know. I think we're kind of past that going out and partying all night stage, which I am kind of thankful for. I like to wake up in the morning and feel good and not have any type of a hangover. So we'll just add some butterflies. And then I also like these little ones. They are so cute. These really just add to the project. I think we'll put a couple, let's put one down here. We don't have one down here. I'm going to tilt him the other way. There we go. And then add a couple more. We have 2, 4, 5 over there. So let's do 5 over here. And there it is. 2 thank you cards that really didn't take any time at all. I think on these, the only thing that took time was the coloring, but it really was very, very simple. And I hope you're getting a good view of that. You know, it's very cloudy and overcast today, and I usually have the windows behind me open, so I don't have to use too much artificial light, but it's very overcast today. So I hope you can really see those. And then I did a couple others. Here I have one I did with the pink colors, and I added a couple pearls along with the butterflies. And here was my very first one that I did. I did a layer. You know, I love my layers, but I think I'm outgrowing them. I mean, that's pretty, but I really like it without the layers also. And then on these 4, I had an idea. I wanted something else to be added to it, so I did some speckles on my paper behind the image. And I do like them, but I think I like the plain white just a tad better. So I will list all my colors that I used even for these cards in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you spending some time with me. Don't forget to go back and watch my Always in Your Heart video and comment so you can be entered to win that stamp and die set. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.